It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang. I just got into another big ass.
Let me tell you about the time that I dated a habitual.
Good morning. Something happened to me that was truly, I think, one in like a bazillion chance, like winning the lottery level. So, TikTok, please let people see this. Please, please, please. I will do my part. Please do yours. Okay. So, not even gonna go full story time. I want you to imagine like the one person who you're most just like,
I just got into another big ass argument with my family again. I'm literally fucking shaking, and I need someone to tell me if I'm tweaking or if you're just going above and beyond to just hurt me in measures that I cannot understand. My mother and I have never had a good relationship. My father left when I was 6 years old. She never cared about me after he left. Once he left, I don't know what the reason was, but she just had so much hate towards me, and it never changed, okay? It's been that way. My mother has kicked me out multiple times. She started kicking me out since I was 13. She was sending me away for the summers and stuff since I was like 11 or 12, but she's been kicking me out since I was fucking 13, 14 years old. When she kicked me out when I was 16, I ended up going right into the arms of a fucking groomer. And by the time I was 21, 22, I slept with that groomer because my mom kicked me out and I didn't have no place to sleep. I didn't have my phone on. I didn't have no money. I didn't have nothing. I was living in a hotel. I was working at a strip club all week long. I didn't have anything, okay? Mocha, come this way. So the other day, me and my sister, we get into something because she was being inconsiderate and she did not care for my property, my stuff that I brought in the house for all of us or whatever. But that's besides the issue. The main issue was the lack of consideration. Everyone knew that this thing that she destroyed was mine. Everyone knew that the thing that she destroyed was fucking mine, but she did not care. She did not care at all. So it became an even bigger issue. Instead of my mother coming downstairs and saying what's going on, why are you guys arguing, or why are you upset, Jaja, she comes downstairs and immediately starts to insult me. Don't stand at my door, you're a failure, you're 25, you're not doing nothing with your life. And I'm just like, bro, you kicked me out for fucking 14 and every summer since then, and I've been fucking homeless since I was fucking 19, so why are you coming at me like this? She then sends my little sister's best friend downstairs. Her best friend comes downstairs like she wants to put her hands on me. Meanwhile, you wasn't even in the house. You didn't even know what's going on. At the end of the day, I was upset. My stuff was disrespected, and I'm angry. I did not go and I didn't speak to nobody. I'm just talking out loud. I'm just minding my own business. But at the same time, it's like I want everybody to know that I'm upset. But at the same time, I didn't go and approach nobody. I'm just talking my shit. I'm speaking out loud the same way that my mother does. Whenever she's upset, she slams cabinets, she slams doors, and she just goes about her business that way, right? So I do the same shit. Like, I feel like all Caribbean women do the same shit. So that did not end well, but it is what it is. Then my mother had made some comment to my sister and to her friend, and I heard them, but I didn't know what the fucking comment was, so I left it alone. But I couldn't really leave it alone because it's still bothering me at the end of the day. So today I go to do laundry and I peep Today, I go to do laundry and I peep that my mother is also going to do laundry, and that pissed me off because, like, my period is coming. I need to do laundry. Like, I'm stressed out about everything that keep going on in this house. So I go to the laundromat or whatnot, but I make sure I take my shopping cart with me. Everybody likes to use my shopping cart, but they like to call me a bum because I don't provide nothing for the household. But I took my shopping cart with me and I went about my business to the motherfucking laundromat. Go to the laundromat, there goes my mom. She's on the phone talking her shit or whatever, giving me the eye or whatnot. And everybody is like so oblivious to what's going on. But like you know that look when people give you that look like, I don't fuck with you. And that's what she was doing the whole time she was there. And I just made sure that I kept watching my phone, my tablet, and I kept ignoring her because like I don't want to get into nothing with this lady, because if I do, we're taking it all the way the fuck there. Right? So so I start writing my book or whatever talking about like my childhood and everything that has happened to me and everything that my mother has ignored and everything that transpired to me and my little sister having a bad relationship. And you know, something told me, you know, just go and see if you could reason with your sister, see if you could go and speak to your sister, see if your sister will understand if you come to her in a calm voice. And mind you, I recorded the whole thing. So I go to my sister and I'm kind of telling her like, were you aware that this happened or that happened? And she automatically told me like, oh well, your perception of things are wrong and it's your fault for perceiving things that way. And then like in the end she ends up telling me to get out her room and that she doesn't want to hear anything anymore. And then what pissed me off was the fact that my mother gonna come in the room to rescue her like I did something. I'm standing feet away from her. I never threatened her. I never said I wanted to put my hands on her, nothing. I'm coming in the room to speak to you and then you start breaking down like somebody's doing something to you, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm coming to you because my mother has drove a wedge between us. You now think that I'm doing something to you when I'm not. All I'm doing is coming to you to be honest about everything that mommy is doing to break us apart. Like, how can this one person be like, your sister is all you have, and then turn around and tell you that I'm against you, and then threaten to kick me out in front of your face? And it's just like, I don't understand. I don't get it, because it's this has been going on my whole life. So I'm 25, my sister is 24. How is it that at now you can't understand what the fuck is going on? How is it that you can't understand what the fuck is going on? I didn't do nothing to you. I came to you to let you know, were you aware that this happened? Were you aware that this happened? You say no. But as soon as I come to you and I tell you what the fuck is going on, you want to just completely ignore me. I made a TikTok a few years ago where I talked about the shit that my mother says to me, and everybody. So tell me why yesterday I get into a whole argument with the whole household because they did something stupid, and instead of taking accountability for what they did, they wanted to pick a fight with me. As if me reacting to them doing something fucking stupid is the problem. The problem is that you did something without using your common sense, without having any ounce of consideration, and then you want to get mad at me for reacting. Just to give you guys context, me and my mother don't have a good relationship. Me and my little sister now don't have a good relationship because she's in denial about my mother's abuse towards me. She doesn't think that anything has happened. She thinks that I'm overreacting, and that's far from the truth, right? So that's just a little background. Me and my mother, we could live in the same house and don't talk. There's been 2-3 year periods where I did not speak to my mother and she did not try to contact me. So I started gardening. I grew some peppers and some tomatoes. I posted them on my page before or whatever. But it was time for me to harvest them, and I put them in the house. My mother had some type of prickly pear or something that she was eating, and she didn't finish eating, and she left it on the counter. And instead of using her common sense, my little sister took this half-eaten fruit or vegetable and put it on top of my freshly harvested peppers. No biggie, but yes, it's a biggie, because overnight my fucking peppers rotted overnight. Freshly harvested peppers rotted. The women in my family, we don't directly address anything. We tend to just get angry, talk loud so that you can hear us, and slam doors and cabinets. I learned that from my mother, so I did exactly what I learned from her. Slammed doors and cabinets, and I said how I felt. Because why would you do something so careless, like put an half-eaten fruit on freshly harvested peppers, let alone it's in front of the house. Everybody knows that I'm growing those peppers. I'm about to walk inside. I'm going to show you guys where the peppers are. Walk inside the fence. There are the peppers. I have these small peppers down there, and I have these taller peppers back here, okay? You can't say that you don't know because they're right here. So everybody knows that the peppers are mine, right? Okay. So let me set y'all up right here. So clearly it's evident that the peppers are mine. Everyone knows that they're mine. My mother said that she wanted us to start an herb garden. So I went out to Home Depot and I got some herbs and I got some plants that I was interested in buying, but I got what she wanted. So I thought that would be something that me and my mother could bond over. Wrong. Okay? So my sister did that and I was angry and I was talking about it loudly and proudly in the house, and I get agitated and I go and I sit outside on the steps to calm down. My sister then walks out the house, did not apologize for ruining my very first harvest of peppers, and she went about her day. But she did text me and said, I didn't know. How the fuck didn't you know? Then, later on, she does text me and saying, I'm sorry, I didn't know. But again, use your common sense. You have a fruit or vegetable that someone has already cut into and eaten. Why would you put that in a bowl with fresh, uncut peppers? To be honest, the peppers is not even a big issue. It's the lack of consideration for things that are mine. Whenever it's mine, no one thinks about it. But I have to think about the things that are theirs before I touch it. You know what I'm saying? So as my sister is walking out, I walk back in because now I'm annoyed all over again. And her best friend ends up coming in the house. And I let her know, like I text my sister, I let her know, like, look, y'all been fucking with me for way too long. You need to talk to your mother because the things that is going to come out of my mouth is going to destroy this family. I call it an atomic bomb. I have a nuclear bomb that's going to fuck this family up. So either y'all could either do the work to fix the damage or I'm going to give y'all a reason to hate me for real. She gonna text me back talking about some, oh, you're threatening and blackmailing me. That was a threat? I'm blackmailing you? No, baby, that was courtesy. That was a warning. I'm letting you know that y'all have one more chance to fix your behavior or there is no coming back. I'm letting you know now. So I'm still downstairs. I come back in the house. I'm shit talking and whatnot. I go to wash the container. I went to wash the pot because at the time I was making my dog's food when I noticed that the peppers were not where I put them. So I'm washing the pot and next thing you know, I hear somebody's coming down the stairs. My sister had already left. The other kid that was living here, he's not here. I already saw the best friend come back in the house. So I'm thinking maybe the best friend is coming downstairs to speak to me or whatever. But no, it's my mother talking about some, oh, and don't slam no doors in my house. And what is your plan? And you're 25 and you don't got no job. And what are you doing with your life? Let's rewind. I do have a job. I'm an educator. There's no school in the summertime. I let you know when it was my last day of school. And then you want to come, it's like, I don't know if you want to like belittle me or bully me or something, but what is you saying that I don't have a job have to do with the price of rice in fucking China? Nothing. At the end of the day, I provide for myself. You don't provide nothing for me. I feed my dog. I feed myself. I wash my clothes. I get to and from where I need to go without your help ever since I was fucking 14. So please do not open your mouth and say nothing about my source of employment. And I do have another job. I just didn't tell them. So you're talking about shit that you have no knowledge of. But I digress. So my mother is back there. She's talking her shit or whatever. And I start talking my shit. And she opened up, like, I feel like you hear a commotion in your house. You didn't come downstairs to ask what's going on. You come downstairs immediately to start bashing me and tell me what I'm not doing and how I'm failing and all this extra shit. So I tell her, go on about your business. Go on about your business because I'm not about to argue with you. Me and you already don't speak. You could have came down here and addressed me in a different way. You know we don't have a relationship. So why would you come down here hostile when you hear that I'm already upset? That someone ruined something that you put me onto, weirdo. But she starts doing that. I come to find out later on that she was on the phone with my sister. Why are you doing that? So after she goes and she leaves or whatnot, she throws a threat out there that you could get out my house and that I got something for you. What do you got for me? What do you have for me? 'Cause I don't like that. So eventually my sister's best friend comes downstairs and she starts arguing, hooting and hollering with me. And I'm telling her, like, girl, move the fuck out my way. Let me go the fuck upstairs. Let me go back in my room and tune y'all the fuck out. Because I don't want to discuss nothing with y'all. Clearly, y'all don't see how you're constantly just destroying my stuff. The peppers is just one thing. But I've had clothes be thrown in the garbage and I didn't put it there. I had my dog's leash get up and walk away. And up to this day, it has not come back into my line of sight. Like, these are things that has been going on for a while. And I don't like it. I've also been excluded from a lot of family events. We don't get into a lot of that stuff. But I don't want to be bothered with nobody. So she comes downstairs with the hooting and hollering and raving and stuff. And I'm telling her, like, no, I have a right to be mad. Get out of my way so I can go in my fucking room. Lo and behold, at the top of the stairs is my mother. So what, you send down another somebody that's younger than me, has never been in my position. Let's talk about it. You want to send down somebody younger than me to what? Girl, be for real. So at the top of the stairs is my mother. Now I'm going in my room and then this is a 40-something-year-old woman coming at me talking about what I'm doing and what I'm not doing at 25. When you were 25, your baby daddy was a drug dealer taking care of all of your bills. What was you doing? Oh, at 25, I have to hustle and get things on my own because I don't have no baby daddy doing shit for me. I don't got no kids. I have to figure everything out on my own because my mother and my father did not set me up for greatness. So she's doing a lot of this, and then you got this little ass girl standing behind you, trying to back you up. The way how they was in a Powerpuff formation. Why do you need to have another young child validate you in your bullshit? The thing that got me fucked up about the girl that was sitting behind my mom is you just had a baby girl. You have not treated your baby girl the way how my mother treats me, but you're going to stand behind somebody who I've been verbally saying has been my number one bully my whole life. That's who you decide to stand behind. I'm not saying pick sides or nothing. All I'm saying is that you see what the fuck is going on. And let's rewind. Didn't you move out because my mother was bullying you too? But we are only focused on Jamaica 5 for this show. For what? For what? So that whole you don't have a job and you're not doing nothing with your life and oh, you can get out. I already said it. I have to give myself 6 to 8 months to be near my mother's space, because once we reach that 6 to 8 month mark, she wants me out her house. My mother has never wanted me at her house. She has never loved me. She has never liked me. And it shows. It shows with her words. If you would have seen the way how that lady looked at me when I told her that a lot of things that's wrong in my life is due to her, that bitch smirked. If one of my students came to me and said, Miss Shaw, you did not set me up to move on, that would break my heart. If one of my kids, my own child, my flesh and blood said that to me, that would break my heart. That bitch smirked. There's something fucking wrong with her. And I will be getting out of her fucking house. There's something wrong with her. The relationship does not need to continue. The relationship between me and my sisters, no contact. No contact. Like, I'm just...
Yeah, man, this is a terrible situation with the family. I think that, like, there's more to it than just what she's telling. Not saying that she's wrong. I'm saying there's way more that she experienced that brought her to this point and to the conclusion that she knows her mama don't like her, and which is very unfortunate. I find not just some, well, not just black women, women in general tend to have terrible relationships with their mothers. I don't know why, and I believe it's because, all right, there's two scenarios. There's women that have bad relationships with their mother because their father's not around, and women that have bad relationships with their mother because their mother feels like their dad loves them, the child, more than the mother. And sometimes that can be a whole abuse thing, or it could be just they just don't like them. But then again, when a father is in a home, a father is supposed to make it easier for the mother to love their children. So when a father's not in the home and you look like that daddy, girl, you possibly taking on the wrath that she was giving him that caused him to leave, and now she's giving it to you because you there and you look like him. Or you don't even have to look like him. You just are a creation of him, and then, or you show some qualities of him. You know, that does it too. Psychologically, it's damaging to the whole family. I don't think it'll stop until your mother gets some counseling and understands what, but she won't take accountability. One thing, you know, women can take all these holistic medicines, and they can take a punch. They can just take your money, take your kids away. But when it comes to accountability, don't want it. They don't want it. I think the sister putting the fruit on your vegetables was intentional. Nobody does that. For one, I'm not picking up anybody's half-eating fruit and putting it anywhere. I might put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the fridge, but why, as a grown woman, would you leave a half-eaten fruit on the table? And why, anybody, would you take somebody else's fruit and move it somewhere else? So it was intentional, and I don't know who and why they did it. Maybe it was like, maybe they was plotting on you, like, hey, you know what I could do? I could eat half my fruit. It's gonna rot. And let's, as devious as that sound, I wouldn't put it past what's really happening. Her mother clearly doesn't like her. And I attribute that to Mother Nature. You know, when a cat has kittens, you're not supposed to touch the kittens or the puppies, or the mother will reject the puppies. I think there's some psychological thing with humans that when mothers hate their kid, they kind of reject the love for that kid. And I don't know what it is. I'm not a psychologist. I just see it too often that women, mothers rejecting their kids, rejecting their sons, telling them they ain't gonna be nothing is the worst thing you could ever tell your kid. But unless, like, there's ways to tell your kids you ain't shit. Like, if your kid is messing up and you trying to love them and you mad at them, you beat them because you love them. Like I said, my mom used to beat me because she loved me. She didn't beat me, but she used to whoop me. Mind you, they didn't hurt. But I knew her point when she used to whoop me. And she was like, she kept telling me over and over and over what my life would be like if I don't straighten up. Mind you, I wasn't a misguided kid. I was just in the shit. And I was doing what the homies do. And when I started to get in trouble, as I started getting older, those whoopings, and every time she talked to me, and that stuff started to set in. My daddy, his whoopings hurt, but his whoopings was few and far in between. You know, when you got a whooping by him, it hurt, but it was probably once every 6 months I get a whooping by him. So it was my mama, daily ass whoopings. But those kind of straightened me out, because once I got to the point where I was like, all right, I figured it out. And I never got in trouble again, because everything that she said, you're going to find yourself in jail. You're going to find your friends ain't going to be there for you. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. When I started to see that shit happening, all those, but that was because my mom beat the love into me. And that's what these women is missing. They don't love their kids. They abuse them. They don't love them. So I hope she gets the healing that she needs. Again, creators TikTok channel is Jamaica is in the description, and you can find that and let me know what y'all think about it. Yeah. What it do, a minute with Misha? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. She said, I love my mama like crazy. My dad treated her like a queen. We would never have been allowed to disrespect her without catching hell. That fact. And that goes back to my point where I say, like, fathers kind of are that medium between the family that gives the mother the opportunity to love her kids better. Because if she's happy, she can pour that happiness into the mother. Even if they're not together, the father should, if the father's in the life of the kids, he brings that to them, So I see it happen a lot. But then again, you got some miserable ass women. So other than that, her mama just miserable, honestly. Her mother ain't gonna get it together until she get it right with herself at this point. With anything that's going on in her life, girl, go be great and get out your mama house.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as quick as 1 week.